तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योग कर्मसु कौशलम् बुद्धि युक्तो जहातिह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योग कर्मसु कौशलम् बुद्धि युक्तो जहातिह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योग कर्मसु कौशलम्। कितने में जाता है क्लास? बुद्धि युक्तो जहातिह सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व कर्मसु कौशलम् बुद्धि युक्तो जहातिह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते तस्मात् योगाय युज्यस्व योग कर्मसु कौशलम्। Next, anybody else? Mataji's. Buddhi Yukta, one who is engaged in devotional service. Jahati, can get rid of. Iha, in this life. Ubhe, both. Sukruta Dushkrite, good and bad results. Tasmat, therefore. Yogaya, for the sake of devotional service. Yujyasva, be so engaged. Yoga, Krishna consciousness. Karmasu, in all activities. Kaushalam, art. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Since time immemorial, each living entity has accumulated the various reactions of his good and bad work. As such, he is continuously ignorant of his real constitutional position. One's ignorance can be removed by the instruction of the Bhagavad Gita, which teaches one to surrender unto Lord Sri Krishna in all respects and become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction, birth after birth. Arjuna is therefore advised to act in Krishna consciousness, the purifying process of resultant action. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Thinamine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. A man engaged in devotional service rids himself of both good and bad reactions even in this life. Therefore, strive for yoga, which is the art of all work. Hare Krishna. Can I borrow your watch? So, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, we read that Arjuna is denying to fight. He has come there to fight, ready with his armor, with his weapons, chariot, army, everything. But after seeing the enemies who are actually his own relatives, he gets confused. And he tells Krishna, I will not fight. Why? Because it is not good to fight. I will have to kill my own grandsire Bhishma Dev, my own Guru Dronacharya, my own brothers headed by Duryodhan, my own friends, relatives. So it's not good. It's not a good activity. It will result into bad reaction. The consequence of the fight is not good. Lakhs of people will get killed. Lakhs of soldiers and Kshatriyas will get killed. More than lakhs, crores, millions. So millions of women will get widow. Millions of children will be fatherless. Millions of old parents will be sonless. For just a kingdom, so that I rule, so that my brother Yudhishthir Maharaj becomes the king, I make million widows and million children anath, and million old parents who are dependent on their young son just on the street. And out of these millions of widows, some may get exploited by other men. And out of these millions of children who become anath, some may become criminals of the society. And all the karma will come to me. So I will not fight. How many of you think Arjuna is good boy? Good, right? I will not fight, he says. Because he doesn't want to do an activity which will result into bad things in the society. And he explains further. We read in the first chapter. Now Krishna, in spite of hearing all this, what is the first thing Krishna tells Arjuna? Anybody recalls?
He asked him how these impurities come upon him. And he explains that a man of knowledge shouldn't be abstinent.
Right. But before that, he says, you are fool number one. You think you are Pandita. You think you are scholar. You think you are Jnani. You think you are speaking big, big things to me. But actually, you are fool number one. You are foolish. You are a Kshatriya. And a Kshatriya's duty is to fight. Even though you think the consequences of your duty are bad, still you fight. Generally, in modern society, we are taught to differentiate between good and bad based on the results. An activity is bad if the result is loss for me. An activity is good if the result is profitable for me. We go reverse. We go based on results. But Krishna is saying, even if a duty results into bad, still you do your duty. Now this is amazing principle. Every company's bottom line, there's some bottom line. And anything they do in the corporate is based on that bottom line. If it is favorable to your bottom line, which is money, go ahead. Otherwise, don't do it. So, good and bad is dependent on the consequence. But that's not ethics, that's business. Here Krishna says, even if there are so many bad consequences of your fight, of your duty, still you fight. Because a Kshatriya's duty is to fight in a war. So he should not escape. But then Krishna goes on saying that whatever actions we do, they are called karma. Karma means action, activity, done for maintaining the body or done for fulfilling our desires or done for doing our duties within the material existence, under the purview of time, under the three modes of material nature. That's karma. And every karma has a what? Karma phala. The fruit of karma. The result of karma. This is unavoidable. Karma gives karma phala. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Who told this? Krishna. Who copied this? Newton. So every karma has karma phala. Every action has a reaction. That means whatever we do, whatever action we do, it will have a fruit. Now there are two types of karma. Good karma and bad karma. Good karma is punya, bad karma is pap. Good karma has good results, reward, happiness. Bad karma has bad results, punishment, distress. Any example of good karma? Okay, I'll ask an easy question. Any example of bad karma? Not person, karma, action. Bad karma, murder, huh? Pardon? Drinking wine, stealing, huh? Cheating, adultery, robbery, that's stealing, and gambling, meat eating, huh? Intoxication, and illicit sex. That's adultery, unchaste behavior. So these are bad karma. This result into punishment, which is distress. Okay, example of good karma now.
Charity,
Charity,
austerity,
austerity,
penance,
penance, same austerity, penance. Devotee, association of devotees,
Service.
job. What service?
Serving poor. Serving.
Serving poor people, huh?
Serving.
Serving, etc. So, good karma, bad karma. Two different results. Good karma's results are called reward and they yield happiness. Bad karma results are punishment. They yield distress. So Krishna tells Arjuna, you will be helplessly doing something, either this or that. But then Krishna says, actually, both are bad. In the ears of Arjuna. Said, good karma, bad karma, both are bad. How? Because when I do a karma, a fruit is generated for me, but not immediately. Did Newton said every action has an immediate reaction? No, equal and opposite. But when the reaction will come? Today? Tomorrow? After 2 years? After 10 years? Even Newton doesn't know. Fruit will come. Result will come. But when? That is not specified. So if I do a karma today and the result comes tomorrow, the result I'll have to take. Tomorrow I can't say I don't want result. The law of karma is compulsory, is very strict. We can't deny the result. It will come. So when tomorrow the result comes, if it is happiness, it will come. I will have an experience of joy. If it is distress, it will come. I will have an experience of misery. Before the fruit comes, I can't say, reject it. I don't want. I don't want happiness. I don't want distress. I can't say that. It's strict. It's compulsory. It will come. Clear? The fruit is compulsory. Suppose the fruit is delayed for say 50 years and I die before that. Then what will happen to the fruit? Where it will go? To my child? It will go to? That means I will have to take birth for that pending fruit. So my next birth becomes compulsory because one fruit is pending. And the beauty is, In the duration I am waiting for that pending fruit, I don't sit quiet. I keep on doing karma. So I keep on generating fruits. And these fruits keep on remaining pending. So I keep on taking birth after birth after birth. So just because of these fruits which I have to take, I keep on taking birth. And the goal of life is to stop taking birth. Huh? We'll come to that. So my goal is to stop taking birth, but because of this cycle of karma and fruits, I keep on taking birth. So this is completely opposite. So even good karma, which gives good fruit, which gives happiness, is bad. Why? Because for that good fruit, I'll have to take birth. And the cycle of birth and death keep going, continuous. An amazing twist in this cycle is that it may not be human birth every time. We may become cockroach in America or lizard in Switzerland or elephant in South Africa. So many choices, 84 lakh species and so many places in this planet, in this universe. So the cycle of birth and death continues. Even with good karma, we have to take birth. Good karma gives, which is happiness. Is birth happiness? So painful. And for birth I have to die. Is that happiness? Death is so painful. And in between birth and death there is disease and old age. Again so painful. So even after doing all the good karmas, birth, death, disease, old age is fixed. That means miseries is fixed. Can't avoid these miseries. This whole world is called as Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. You know, when Krishna created this whole world, after creation, he thought I should put a nameplate to this. You know, every house, every shop, they put a nameplate. Krishna beer bar. Nowadays they put like this. So they put a nameplate like this. Krishna thought I should also put a nameplate to this world. So what nameplate he put? Dukhalayam. Dukha Alayam means house of misery. Like Pustakalaya. You know what is Pustakalaya? A bookshop. If you go to a Pustakalaya and say, Bhai Sahab, give me one sari. What will the person respond? Huh? Are you mad? Right? Simple. Because it's a Pustakalaya. Books milta hai. Similarly, if you go to Krishna and say, give me happiness in Dukhalayam, Krishna, अरे पागल हो गया, पढ़ता नहीं है, don't read Dukhalayam, only Dukh available. See this? Pustakalaya means only pustak, only books. Dukhalaya means only dukh. But what we are searching for is sukh. Searching for sari in pustakalaya. Foolishness. You will get more frustrated. So, miseries are inevitable. So, this karma, good or bad, will keep us in the cycle of birth and death. So, if we want liberation, if we want to come out of this material world, we have to stop this cycle of birth and death. But the cycle of birth and death will stop if there are no more fruits. Can we stop fruits? They are inevitable. Fruits are because of karma. Can we stop karma? We have to act. So, what is the way out? So, Krishna is saying, Arjuna, do your duty. You have right, you have adhikar to do your duty, but you have no right on the fruit. Don't be attached or don't desire fruits. Now, is that easy? Do your job but don't desire salary. No incentives, no profit. Take a seed, mango seed, mango seed. Take a seed, put it in your garden, water it, small plant will come, fence it so that goat doesn't eat. Keep watering, become big. Keep watering, tree will come, flowers will come. When season comes, mangoes will. Then climb, pluck a mango, come down, wash it, cut it, don't eat it. That's what Krishna is saying. You have right to plant a mango tree, but you don't have right to eat the mango. It's easy to follow. So what to do with that mango? I will eat, Krishna says, I will eat. You give it to me, patram pushpam palam toyam. I will eat that mango. But if you give me with love, then I will love you. I'll give you back prasad. That you eat, prasad is okay. So Krishna is saying, if you do an activity for me, not for yourself, for me, then it will not have fruit. If you do an activity for yourself, then it will have a fruit. But if you do an activity for me, then you will not have a fruit. The whole activity itself changes when we do it for Krishna. For example, few years before, there was one person who took an aeroplane and put it in a building. You heard this news? No? Heard or not?
Yes.
Huh? 9/11? Took an aeroplane, put it in a building. What we call such a person? Terrorist. Athankvadi. Why? Because he kills innocent people. He puts fire on building. Now suppose tomorrow you get a news that one person put fire on whole city. What will you call it? Call him? Huh? Bigger terrorist? Terrorist square? That's what Hanuman did. Hanuman burnt whole Lanka. Yes or no? So what do you call him? Jai Bajrangbali. We worship him. Now why? Why we don't call him terrorist? Atangwadi? Because he did it for Ram, Lord Ram. So when you do an activity for God, it changes. If you burn the whole city for Ram, you are not a terrorist. But for yourself, you burn your gas, you are sinful. So when we do for Krishna, then the whole activity changes. So Arjuna is afraid that if I fight, it will have so many consequences which are unacceptable to me. So Krishna is saying, you fight, but you fight for me. When you fight for me, you will not get bad results. So when we do an action for God, is called bhakti. When we do the same action for ourselves, it is called karma. Karma and bhakti. Karma is based on love. Right? And bhakti is also based on love. Karma is based on love for myself. Bhakti is based on love for Krishna. So when I do karma, when I do an activity for myself, then I get bound. Bound in the laws of nature. Bound in the laws of karma. Bound in the cycle of birth and death. And when I do an activity for Krishna, when I do Krishna karma, when I do bhakti, then I don't get bound. There are no material results. So Arjuna is worried about the consequence of the fight. And hence he doesn't want to fight. The fight itself, he is not talking about. He is talking about the result of the fight, which he doesn't like. So Krishna is saying, if you fight for me, you don't have to worry about the results. You will not get any reaction. That is art of work. That whatever we do, we do it for God. We do it for Krishna. Then we don't get bound. An intelligent person is one who will keep himself away from bondage of cycle of birth and death. There is no use that we become very prosperous, very famous, very wealthy, on high post, high intelligent, great leader, great businessman, great scientist in this life, and next life dog. Is that success? I only in the human form become very great, and as soon as I die, I become a dog or a cockroach. That is not intelligence. That is not success of life. I should worry not just about this life. I should worry about next life also. I should have a progressive life. Even after death, I should be progressing. So, intelligent person is one who just doesn't become successful this life. He becomes successful in future life also. So that our life is progressive, and after getting this human form of life, I further progress and go back home, back to Krishna. I should do activities which are bhakti, which is devotional service, which is for pleasure of Krishna, so that I don't get fruits, reactions, and further cycle of birth and death. So Arjuna, you have to fight, but you don't fight for the results. You fight for me. So, in the same way, whatever activities we are doing, we should do it for Krishna. What does it mean, doing activities for Krishna? It means A, we do only devotional activity. If at all we are doing non devotional activity, then the result of that non devotional activity should be given to Krishna. If we give the result of our non devotional activity to Krishna, then that activity is purified and accepted as devotional service. So, either we do direct devotional activities, chanting, reading, hearing, arti, paying obeisances, preaching, etc. Or if we, because we have dependents, family members, we have to earn, or we are not completely renounced ashram, if we have to do material activities, then we should make sure the result of our job should be given to Krishna. When we work, we get income, we get skills, we get contacts. So this part of income should be given to Krishna. Our skills should be used in the service of Krishna. Our contacts should be utilized by making them devotees or engaging them in Krishna's service. So when we do that, then that job acquires the nature of devotional service. And such activity does not bind us. So whatever we are doing should be service to Krishna, which means He is my master. I am His servant. And whatever activity I do, the benefit goes to the master. Everything belongs to Him because He is the master. Like the laborers who help to make a building, after the building is made, apartments are made, flats are made, they don't say, we made it so it belongs to me. They can't say that. Whom does the building belongs to? The one who supplied the raw material, the builder. The laborers just take their labor, charge the fees. They are not the owners because they created it. In the same way, whatever job we are doing, who supplies the raw material? We do the job by our hands, by our eyes, by our buddhi, by our legs, by our body, by our skills, by our mind, by our intelligence. Who has supplied all this raw material? Krishna. So the output, the result, the check, the salary should belong to whom? Krishna. We take our labor, that is few percentage. What is required to maintain our body and our family. That's fine. But if we claim the whole thing belongs to me, then that's cheating. Our scientists, they take one chemical and another chemical and they mix it and they form new chemical and they get Nobel Prize. Hare, you just did the mixing job. Who gave you the chemicals first? Right? So you just did the Shudra job of mixing it. Who created the raw material? He should get Nobel Prize, na? So everything belongs to him. So whatever the output is produced out of his raw materials, they also belong to him. So that's called Krishna karma. That's called bhakti. So when we do service to Krishna, then that activity is bhakti. It doesn't give fruits. But what about till now, whatever karma we have done, that fruits are pending. We may have to take birth for that. So the other benefit of doing devotional service that it burns. It burns the pending fruits also. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo. He says, if you come to me, then I will take care of all your sinful reactions. That means up till now what karma you have done, even that will be taken care. If today I get this knowledge and I start doing bhakti, but till now what I have done, even that will be taken care. Sarva papebhyo. Sarva means all. He will take care of all the sinful activities, all the sinful reactions. So we are protected. Krishna is so merciful that not only our future bhakti helps us to avoid karmas, but up till now, if we have done any karma, that also is taken care of. So our bhakti gives dual benefit. The further bondage is stopped, and the previous source of bondage is also cancelled. So he says, Arjuna, you fight, but that fight should be devotional service. That means you fight for me. And when we do service for Krishna, we are not bothered about the results per se. We should do nice service, nice devotional service. Results Krishna will take care. We are not in the control of the results. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is in the control of the results. So we should do our duty in devotional service. We should do our bhakti nicely. So Arjuna, you fight nicely. If you do nice devotional service, you will get liberated. There will be no miseries. Miseries occur because of sinful activities, bad karma. Sinful activities occur because of lack of knowledge, ignorance. So we should have knowledge of how to act. And that knowledge Krishna is giving in Bhagavad Gita. With this life, Krishna has given this manual, that you act based on this manual. So whatever instructions are given in Bhagavad Gita, that we should follow. Then Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, this is not something new. In the past, many great sages, many great personalities have performed devotional service, and they also have got benefit of liberation. They also got free from the cycle of birth and death. Narad Muni, Vyasdev, Sukadev Goswami, Bali Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Brahma, Shiva, four Kumaras, Bhrigu Muni, Parvat Muni, all these Asita Devala, all these great souls, they also perform the same kind of devotional service, and they got free from cycle of birth and death. Devotional service is so powerful that can free us from unlimited sinful reactions. There was once one prince, son of the emperor, Manu Maharaj's son, Prasdhar, Kshatriya. So the father, the emperor, told his son Prasdhar that from today your duty is to protect cows. So daily night you will go to Goshala and guard the cows. See, cow protection is so essential that the king will give one Rajkumar that duty, not send army, only army. He'll send his Rajkumar. So Prasdhar whole night will be awake, standing on the gate of the Goshala with a naked sword, standing, because animals may come and eat the cow or trouble the cow. So big Goshala, kind of jungle. So he will stand on the gate so that cows are protected. Prasdar was so much attached to his duty that he didn't even marry, thinking that if I marry, then I may have to sometimes be absent on my duties. So he did marry because he wanted to protect the cows. So one day, being the climate, monsoon climate, the dark clouds were there. So moonshine, it was not much visible. And suddenly one tiger, he entered the Gaushala somehow. And the cows could smell the tiger and they all became scared, running here and there, shouting, howling. And Prasdar understood and he went inside the Goshala to find the tiger, and he saw the tiger has already pounced on a cow, about to eat and kill the cow. And with his one shot of the sword, he killed the tiger. Then he again came down, came back at the gate, standing with the sword. So morning when the sun risen, he went inside and he saw he did a big mistake. By mistake, instead of the tiger, the cow got killed. And the tiger's ear got cut. And the dead body of the cow was there, and one ear of the tiger was there, and the tiger escaped. So this was done by mistake. Can't help. But he felt very guilty that he slaughtered a cow. So with that guilty heart, he went to Vasishtha Muni, his spiritual master, his Guru Maharaj. Very ashamed, he narrated the whole story that it was by mistake, but I slaughtered a cow. Vasishtha Muni immediately got so angry. He cursed Prasdar that next life you will be born as a Shudra because you killed a cow. So he got more morose. First of all, he killed a cow. And then Guru Maharaj cursed him. That's durbuddhi. Sometimes children play outside and parents are happy children are playing outside, no disturbance. But playing, they get hurt on the knee, blood starts coming, they come inside crying, and the first thing mother does is slaps. They say, "Arey, kyun khelne ke liye gaya?" Arey, first of all, already the child is suffering. So Vasishtha Muni cursed him. So he became very sad. He immediately renounced the kingdom, the palace, and he went to the forest, performed austerities, chanted the holy name of Krishna. He became very great devotee. And as time passed, once there was forest fire, and he left his body in that forest fire. And after that, what happened to him? He went to Vaikuntha. He got liberated. Now his Guru Maharaj cursed him to become a Shudra. And he had killed a cow. That karma was there. But they both got nullified. Even Guru's curse got nullified, which is almost impossible. Because he performed nice devotional service. Devotional service is so powerful that all karmas and all sinful reactions can be nullified easily. In fact, chanting even one holy name is so powerful that chanting of one holy name, once chanting holy name, can nullify so many sinful reactions which we can't even commit in this life. That is the power of the holy name. So if we perform devotional service, then we are away from sinful reactions. Please, usko band karo. If we perform devotional service, then we are away from sinful reactions. So Arjuna is worried about the consequence of his fight. Krishna is saying, if you fight for me, if you perform devotional service, then you are freed from all sinful reactions. And there are enough examples, so many rishis, so many munis, so many great souls in the past, So many demigods have performed this process and they have got freed. So one should perform devotional service and nothing else. We should serve Krishna, we should do bhakti, we should engage in loving devotional service to Krishna, which starts by getting up early morning, attending Mangala Aarti, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra minimum 16 rounds on beads, following four regulatory principles, hearing and reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and paying obeisances to Krishna, doing our services and visiting temples and eating only prasadam. So when we do that, we are engaged in devotional service, so our sinful reactions are gone, our cycle of birth and death is stopped, and this life is last life. At the time of that, we think of Krishna, we chant the holy names of Krishna, we hear the holy name of Krishna, and we go back home, back to Godhead. This is the purpose of life, this is the process of life, this is the goal of life, and nothing else has to be done. So we should endeavor in such a way that more and more we engage in Krishna's service. More and more we chant, more and more we serve devotees, more and more we engage in preaching activities, more and more we spend time with Krishna. We be busy with Krishna. Human form of life is for that. Human form of life is not just for earning wealth or maintaining a nice position or increasing our false prestige. No. Sense enjoyment is available to even to dogs and hogs, even to camels and donkeys. Human form of life is not for sense enjoyment. It is for self-realization. It is for serving Krishna. So more and more we should be busy with Krishna, and that will free us from all the karmas. That will free us from all the distress, all the miseries, and eventually we'll go back to Krishna. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, you fight, but you do devotional service. Means you fight for me. So we should engage in Krishna's service, and whatever we do, the result we should give to Krishna. In that way we are protected. Okay, we will end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna. If there are any questions or comments, we will take. Yeah.
While we're doing our devotional service, so maybe when we are in that stage, or maybe while doing a devotional service, our intentions are very good. We want to do a devotional service, but in that process, we may commit some offense knowingly or unknowingly. So, is there a karma for that?
Yes. So if we are new in our practice and we anyway happen to commit mistakes or offenses in our practice, what to speak about new, even old do that. So at every end of every service, we should beg forgiveness. If you are serving the deity, like we do Aarti, then at the end of the Aarti we pay obeisances and we beg forgiveness. My dear Lord, please forgive if any offenses are done in the deity worship, in the Aarti, or if we offer bhoga, or if we serve a Vaishnav, then at the end we beg forgiveness, offering obeisances and saying, please forgive us if there are any offenses. So we do that. And also we should have honest devotees around us. When we happen to do a mistake, they will give a honest feedback that, my dear Prabhu, please correct, this is not good. So then we don't repeat it next time. In that way we grow. So we should beg forgiveness after our devotional service, and we should seek correction, so we improve in that. Okay? Yes.
And he said we should do the karma and we have no right on fruit. So if we have no right of fruit, or we should do the karma and fruit will follow automatically, because this is what I have been hearing for the last several years. Do your karma and fruit will come automatically, don't expect the fruit. And for the first time I heard we have no right on the fruit. So please.
Fruit is not ours. Fruit belongs to Krishna. So when we do our karma, because it is our duty, the fruit comes. That fruit should be offered to Krishna. It's there in Bhagavad Gita. Just we read these words. Before that only, I think, the second chapter only it is there. You have Bhagavad Gita copy in your hand? Hmm? You have? Can you open Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 47? Can you read for us the translation?
You have right to perform your discharge duty, but you are not entitled to the fruit of the action. Never consider yourself the cause of the result of your activities and never be attached to not doing your duty.
Got it? Four things Krishna says. You have right to do your duty, but the fruit is not yours. And when the fruit comes, don't think it came because of you. And hence don't think I should not do my duty. Got it? Mango, you plant the tree, water it, maintain it, that is your duty. The mango is not yours. But the mango will come. Don't think it came because of you. But that doesn't mean you don't plant the tree. Four things. Clear? Any more questions? Yes.
You mentioned that Sister Muni cursed the prince. How can a spiritual master can curse him?
How? He did it. He already did it. What can we do now? You getting my point? How can what? He did it. Like how a security guard can steal? He stole already. What can we do now? So that's called durbuddhi, bad intelligence. Vasishtha Muni did it. He should not have done it. But he did it.
But what was the consequence of his misdeed?
Who's
The one who cursed.
Vasishtha Muni? He would get a reaction. That is between Krishna and Vasishtha Muni. We are not here to judge Vasishtha Muni. Right? That is between him and Krishna. Okay? But ideally a spiritual master should not do that. If a disciple does a mistake and goes to the spiritual master honestly telling this is my mistake, the duty of the spiritual master is to make him do prayaschit and make him come out of the reaction of the mistake. Not add one more saja to it. Because by the repentance, already a repentant heart is a self punishment. So duty of spiritual master is to take him out of it. Not add one more boja to it. So that's durbuddhi, bad intelligence. Okay? Any more questions? Done? We'll end here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.